Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Greetings from South Tyrol in Italy, the northeast south of Italy. I am at the Mendel Pass. Great views down there. The small lake there, it's the Caltare Sea. It's really a beautiful view here. Just taking it slow. It's a bit cold, chilly today, but it's okay. I'm not complaining. I decided to take a short break from the small walk, or the short walk that we are doing today, to discuss just a few things with you guys, and we'll see how it's going to work out, how it's going to go out on from here. Yeah, so again, welcome, and let's have a talk. The views from Mendel Pass. Mendel Pass. And the road down there is going down to the village down there in Carlton. Yeah, so as I was saying, enjoy the views as we have a little chat today. I want to continue from my last video where I was talking to international graduates from German universities who are non-EU, non-EE citizens. You know what to do after you graduate, how to get a job. You know, there are so many things that you have to do after you graduate. And if you've not watched that video, I'll leave a link up there where you can click and watch what you have to do immediately after graduation. Somebody might ask me, so how did I make it? How did I get a job here? And that's what I want to talk about today. I don't want to go into details. I'll just try to summarize the main things that I did. But first, I would like to say that when I started to look for a job in Germany, it's a few years ago now, and I could not speak German. My German skills were very basic, because when I came here to Germany, I'm in Italy now when making this video, but when I came to Germany, I was studying in English, and all my friends were speaking English, and the lectures were English, so I did not see the need to study the language. But after I graduated, that's when I realized how important it is to learn the language and to be good in the language, because that's the easiest way to get a job. You know, when you have good German language skills. So after trying many times to get a job without German language skills, I decided to enroll for language courses at my university, because I continued studying, of course, but also in a private school in Stuttgart. And I did several intensive courses until I reached the level C1. I'm not saying that I'm perfect in German or anything, but I mean, that's the level I felt that for me it's sufficient enough to be able to look for a job in German, or a job where I have to speak German. So after that, I mean, on the side, I was also studying full time. Of course, I was doing another master program, because I realized that the first master program that I did was not really helpful here, in Europe and in Germany, to help me get a job that I wanted to do. And so I continued to study, and I did another course, an MBA. And after the MBA was taught in both languages, German and English. So it was also a chance for me to improve my language. After that, I tried to look for a job, but it was still not so easy to get a job, because well, I don't know, well, I was still not really good at that time in German. I was still learning, as I said. And then I also realized that the jobs that I was looking for, they needed somebody who could really be perfect in German, so basically a native speaker. And so I decided to look for jobs where I could work without really speaking German perfectly. And I realized that should be in the IT sector, in the IT world. And that's why I decided to continue studying on the side. And on the side, I was doing part-time jobs, mini jobs, all kind of things, just, to make the coin, to make some money, so that I can, finance my living. And at the same time, also improve my German language skills. And I was working for several companies at the same time, and I was learning how to code, programming. I am not a programmer, by the way, guys, but I can do basic coding. I've studied a bit of Java, a bit of Python, C and C+, a little bit. And when I felt that I had studied enough to do a full-time course or part-time course, whatever, advanced course in software development, that's when I joined some distant learning courses from Oxford University in the UK. And later, after I finished that course, which was 1 year, I did another master program, which I just finished recently, and that was in information security. And because I felt that was the part of the IT that I would like to get involved in the future. So it's more like the management of information security. Of course, you need to understand how computer programs work and programming and stuff like that. But I don't really have to do like hardcore program coding. It's more the management part, management side of information security. So and then after I finished the program, it was even before I finished the program, I was able to find the job that I'm currently doing. I was really lucky, because I got the job just after the lockdown had started because of the COVID-19 pandemic. And but I realized that it was a combination of all the things that I had done in the past. It was a combination of my German language skills, which are needed, were and are still needed for the job. A combination of my academic qualification, especially in information security, and also, of course, my past work experiences. Some of them were somehow related or relevant to my current job. So all these worked towards helping me get this job. And now I'm using this job, to gain experience, and also as a stepping stone to other things that I want to do in the future and to advance my career. Guys, I'm gonna take a small break and I'll come back in a moment. Yeah, I was taking a break to drink something. I was getting dry on my throat. So anyway, guys, it's becoming really cold out here, so I will stop for now. I will continue this story later on when I go somewhere warm and nice. I'll see you in a bit. So that's the Lake Carlton. Carlton, say Lago di Caldo. Is it Lago di Caldo? I think so. So guys, finally I'm back somewhere warm, somewhere they say in German gemütlich, warm and nice and cozy, and I have my cup of tea. So let's continue with the hot topic. So where was I before I had to rush back into this warm, nice, cozy car? I was trying to say that I did several programs, I did several online courses leading towards my qualification, which enabled me to get a job in the IT world. And it was not an easy path for me. It's not like I wanted to do all these master programs and all these extra courses, but I realized that for me, as a German with immigration Hintergrund, as they say, a German with migration background, it's easier for me to work in the IT sector with my not native German language skills than to work in any other sector, because in IT basically English is kind of standard, and that's why I decided to kind of retrain myself. But that doesn't mean that you cannot get a job in the other sectors. Like, I started in the agricultural sciences sector. Of course, there are jobs in the agricultural sciences sector, but for me, I realized that it was really hard for me to get jobs there in Germany without perfect or almost perfect German language skills, and that's why I decided to kind of go back to school and kind of get more training. And then I wanted to go into the business sector, but then I also realized there that of course you can work in the international business world. You can look for a job with a company that is working everywhere in the world, and maybe you can work in English then, or in whichever language the country, in whichever language is required by the company. Maybe, for example, an international French company, then you can work in French, or an international company that has offices in China, then you can work in Chinese. That's what I'm trying to say here. But for me, I realized that is not what I really wanted to do. So I decided to retrain myself completely, kind of a career change, and I went to the world of IT. Of course, as I said, I'm not a professional programmer. Of course, I hope I can program more in the future, but for now, for me, what I wanted to do, basic programming skills were sufficient, and of course, every day I keep on working on my programming skills, retraining myself, that I can be better in IT, and especially in programming. And so I finished the training. I finished the retraining about a year ago now, and immediately I started looking for jobs. Even before I finished the last program in IT, my master's in information security, I started applying for different jobs. And as I said in the last video, of course, it was not easy for me to get even an invitation for an interview, but I never gave up. I am the kind of person who never gave up. So after much trial, I was invited for an interview, several interviews, and I ultimately ended up getting the job that I'm currently doing. It's a nice job, I like it, but as I was saying in the last segment, I am kind of using the job as a stepping stone to gain experience, to get to know how people work in the IT world, and from there to move on in my career in IT, like to grow from there. And that's my intention, that I can grow in the IT world, and in the future maybe go deeper in information security, maybe even code for security and stuff like that. That's stuff for the future. So for now, guys, what I would like to say is that as I said in my last video, which you can see in the link that I left somewhere there, in Germany there are a lot of opportunities for international students. By international students, I mean non-EU, non-EEA students, because EU and EEA students, after they graduate, they get to enjoy the same rights as German citizens. But for non-EU, non-EEA students, you need really to package yourself and maybe even repackage yourself, like retrain like I did. But the trick is, if you really want to get a good job, a good professional job in the German market, learn German, perfect your German language skills, and then it will not be so hard to get that dream job that you've been dreaming about of getting after you graduate. With that said, of course, there are a lot of opportunities, as I said, for people who don't speak German and German speakers in international companies, but obviously they are very competitive, so you need to be like really the best candidate. You have to have a very strong application file. You have to have very strong recommendations. You have to have maybe even very good grades, and maybe you have to go through aptitude tests. So they are very competitive. They are there, but they are very competitive. And I would like to give you the advice so that you broaden your chances of getting a job in Germany by learning German. For me, I think that's really what I would like to say in this video. So for now, I'm going to drink my cup of tea, and I will see you guys in the next video. Don't give up, stay blessed, stay melanated. No matter which color you are, know that you are absolutely great. Bye.